rearranging the alphabet to sort of give us a different flow.
Did everyone hear that? What was the time limit?
Oh, the time limit per short?
Yeah.
It was under 5 minutes. And, well...
It was 4 minutes, yeah.
Well, I don't even know what I'm talking. I had a few beers. Maybe it was 4 minutes. I'm not sure. And so, rearranging the alphabet really only goes in one direction, my friend. So we're not really going to consider that. But I do also want to give a small shout out to some of the folks that. The way we did it is we asked all of our directors to choose first, second, and third choice of their letter that they would like to do. And Adam and Simon, they said, fuck it, we don't care what we get. And so we were like, nobody wanted Q, and so we actually assigned them the worst letter of the alphabet, and that's how that happened.
Do we have anyone else here? Yes.
Consider doing this again, possibly making an annual thing.
Would you ever do this again?
Monthly.
Monthly.
Sure, yes, we're going to do it monthly. From here on out, it's going to be once a month. You can check it out at tiff.net or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it seems a really simple thing to do. Like the concept when I was talking to Tim, because we've got a lot of other stuff sort of going on. We thought, oh yeah, we'll just knock this out. It'll be really easy. Just call up these guys, make this thing. But it turned into a really convoluted, long process. There was a lot more resources and time involved than we ever expected. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be fun to do it all again, but it's really, I don't think these guys will ever want to do a short for that sort of money again. But you never know. We'll see. Yes.
Since you're going to do it monthly, do you think you might invite some more women next time?
I actually went out of my way to invite a lot of female filmmakers in this project, and because I thought this is just going to be a sausage fest, and you know, the worst case scenario was like, oh god, we're going to get like 10 torture porn sort of scenarios, really misogynistic. I'm glad it didn't turn out that way at all, but I did approach like 10 to 12 women filmmakers to maybe participate, and we got a really poor response, to tell you the truth, which really was surprising. So, I mean, Angela Bettis was really cool. She stepped up straight away and said, yeah, I'm all over it. So I just said, Helene from Bruno, and Helene's short, Hours for Orgasm, were phenomenal. Yeah, I wish we were more involved. So if we ever do it again, yeah, let's get some more vaginas in the play.
Do we have anyone else here? Let's see. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to know how hard was it, how difficult it was to actually get all these people once you were thinking, how hard during the whole.
How far did you have to crack the whip? Because obviously you have like a deadline, you have to get all this stuff done.
I think maybe that's more of a question for the filmmakers, because you know, this is a crazy, for me and Ant, this is a little bit of a Tom Sawyer-esque project, because we can bitch and moan about all the work that we had to do, but really, it's more, you know, we just sort of kind of coordinated the filmmakers, but they had a limited budget and a very short amount of time to produce what you saw today. And so maybe, you know, I think maybe it's time to pass the microphone this way from producers to directors, because I feel a little bit self-conscious because I didn't do jack shit, really. So maybe I'm gonna rephrase the question and pass the mic down. So maybe were there any horror stories associated with the fact that you had very little time and very little money to produce your art? Nacho.
When I shot mine, I thought it was complex thing, and I thought it was a grotesque thing, but I feel embarrassed now. Like, my short film is so soft. I have to apologize. So I will say a lot about all the difficulties about making a short film like mine in few time with a limited budget, but next to what I've seen, I feel like Paris Hilton complaining about, you know, the price of Coke. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I think those are the heroes that should talk about that.
The only thing that kind of held us back was that originally for Young Buck, we had a song that was a remix of an Alyssa Milano song from when she was 10 years old for a Japanese market. And it worked so well, and then we tried to get the rights to the song, and she wasn't down for it. But
She watched it though.
Yeah, she did see it. I'm not too sure what her reaction was to it, but I know she just definitely wasn't down with it. But Power Glove, which is a group from Australia, they stepped up and they like rocked the soundtrack for us, which was awesome.
I think the hardest thing for me was that we had to use a white lab, and the trainer said, "Oh, we can like dirty it up and add all the stuff," and the dog immediately like licked it all off, and it was gone in an hour. So I had to figure out how to make the dog dirty, like after, and have to teach myself After Effects, and that was hard.
Can you talk about your relationship between the dog, and because I mean, when you see that, that's really brutal. You're like, I'm watching a movie, they're trained professionals. Can you talk about how you set that up for dogfight?
Yeah, well, I knew the trainer, and I went to him and told him what I wanted to do, and he said, you know, that's very, very difficult. Actor on animal contact is the hardest thing, and also this would cost tens of thousands of dollars and months of training, and he's telling me how it can't be done. And I'm sort of just looking at him, he's got this great face, and I'm like, man, you look really good. And I said, why don't you be the guy? And then he's like, me? And I had him right there, and so he was, you know, he did it, was great. And it was all just, you know, he did it all, and he's amazing, and just, it's all practical effects, and, you know, it was cool. He was amazing.
And what was the rate of slow-mo?
Different speeds, all different speeds depending on the shot. We use a red, so, you know.
Because at times the dog could have been barking just happily, but you slowed it down so much that it looked like it was just very long.
Yeah.
The dog was happy on set?
Sweetest dog in the world. I mean, the little baby, you know, was like, you know, she, at the end, she's like hugging the dog and like that. And it's a white lab. I mean, it's a lab. It's like bouncing around. It's a good dog.
All right, the letter Q is the challenge, coming up with what to do.
Well, ours was really funny because, well, actually, like years ago, I used to do all these 48-hour film festival competitions, you know, and so I had a lot of experience doing like short films in a short period of time, and doing those things, they always give you sort of like, you know, a prop you have to use or like a phrase you have to use. And so when it came to this, and we knew that we had to do something based on a letter, and they told us, you know, we could pick 3 letters. To me, it kind of like defeated the purpose for us because I didn't have any ideas at that point. And it was kind of like, well, let's let whatever letter we get kind of inspire us. And I kind of had an idea that we were going to end up with like a shitty letter like Q, you know? And it was really funny because I remember like when we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, I actually looked in the dictionary at like, you know, words that start with Q, and I remember being like, there's like 3 pages or something, you know? And so there wasn't a lot to choose from. And actually, let me hand it to Simon, he can finish the rest of this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually came up with a couple ideas that really sucked initially, and they weren't funny, and they weren't interesting.
What were the words?
One was like quiet. It was a girl like smothering guys. She didn't like them talking during set. It would have been totally lame. It wasn't good. And then our producer of Your Next, Keith Calder, we were just like bitching about this in the office, and he was like, "You guys should do